When I was in school, everybody would always say all these stupid things, such as if you took two Flintstone vitamin gummies instead of one, you would gain the power to levitate, or you'd be able to go to the planet Jupiter or something like that, or maybe even if you drank a bottle of water while doing the ABCs backwards on a handstand in the middle of your bedroom while you were naked, then you would get the power to, I don't know, maybe go to Spain or something like that. But probably the dumbest one that there ever was that I had heard from people was that if you drank enough root beer, you would end up getting drunk. Not just a little bit buzzed or tipsy. There were people literally claiming that they got so drunk that they laughed uncontrollably and couldn't stop and even started throwing up everywhere and their room was spinning. So as a dumb 10-year-old, I attempted to try it. So I just made sure that nobody was home the one time. My parents left me home alone by myself, so I got out the 12-pack of root beer and started going. So one root beer in, I wasn't feeling all that much. 3 root beers in, I started to feel maybe as if my stomach was starting to hurt, and I started to think maybe that was what was happening. Something might have been happening. About 6 root beers in, my stomach really started hurting, and I was thinking, oh, it's kicking in now. And then 12 root beers later, I completely felt horrible. My stomach hurt like hell. It felt like I had been punched a million times by some dude who knows Tai Chi and maybe even swallowed a bunch of hot knives to go with it. Felt like I ended up eating that pointy ball with toothpicks in it from Dairy Wimpy Kid that Rowley sat on, and in the movie they made a viral video about it. I felt like I ate that thing, except maybe it was set on fire and somebody decided to douse it with hot sauce as well. So after I drank all the root beers, about 5 minutes later, I puked everywhere, all over my room and all over my Superman pajamas. Yes, I did have Superman pajamas when I was that young. I just thought that was pretty interesting because people are always talking about, oh, Superman pajamas or Batman pajamas or Avatar pajamas or whatever the next big thing was. So after I threw up, I just thought, oh wow, drunk people throw up, I must be drunk. So then I decided I was going to make some prank calls because I thought it would be funny. I was a master prank caller back then as a kid, like in those times of Regular Show, that episode where they called the master prank caller and stuff like that. I remember I called one of my friends and he didn't even realize that I was trying to do a prank. I think I asked him something about, I didn't even decide to put on a fake voice. I think I just asked him, hey, are your 50 pizzas ready? I got them right here for you. I literally stole that line straight from Regular Show, and he was like, what in the world do you think you're doing? Trying to give me 50 pizzas. I didn't order 50 pizzas. I definitely know this is you, Mark. And I said, who's Mark? I'm SpongeBob. That's what I decided to do. And then I laughed like a crazy person, and I totally thought I was drunk, intoxicated throughout the entire thing. I was definitely a dumb kid when I was 10 years old, so the next day I went back to school and told all my friends about it and said that I got drunk off of root beer. The only reason I even got that idea in the first place is because they had mentioned that it's called root beer because it has small traces of beer in it, and the companies just don't want you to know, so you have to drink a lot. So then what I did was I told them all about it, and they said that was awesome, but the thing was, I didn't drink enough root beer, so they said what you actually have to do is drink 24 root beers, and then you'll definitely be able to be completely drunk off it. So I went and I asked my mother, I said, I drank all the root beers, I was very thirsty, could you please get some more? And she said, I'd guess, but if you're going to drink root beers that fast, then you're going to have to pay for them. So I decided I guess I would pay for the root beers then in the hindsight, and I decided to do that. So I went and scraped together my allowance, and I had just enough for a 24-pack of root beer, so we bought the root beer, and then I just waited until nighttime, put them all in my room, put on some cartoons, and started sitting back, sucking back them root beers. So about 10 root beers in, my stomach started to hurt again, and I got that familiar feeling of wanting to throw up, but I made sure I didn't because my friends had said that if you throw up, it pretty much ruins the experience. So I started drinking them all, and then about 15 root beers in, I almost threw up again, but I didn't. Then I finally finished all 24 root beers and let out a mighty burp like a crazy person. And then after that, I just decided that I was going to go play some video games, and I didn't even have Call of Duty back then. I wanted to play Call of Duty and just do some crappy SpongeBob impressions or something like that, and hopefully I could get some Xbox friends. I didn't even have an Xbox on there. Maybe some Wii friends use the Wii Speak and scream into the microphone and hopefully get some people to be on my Wii address book or however that thing works. I don't even remember anything about that. But after I did that, then I ended up throwing up, and I thought that in my stupid state, I thought that if I decided to mix the throw up into a drink and drink it up, then I would get even more quote unquote drunk. So I just sadly did not end up getting that. I guess it's a thing called placebo effect, where you in turn think that something's happening when nothing is. For example, people will be told something is, I don't know, crack cocaine, and then it's actually just a powdered sugar, and they smoked powdered sugar, and they're like, wow, I'm so high. So I just wanted to make this little video. Hope you guys have a good day.